Hello and welcome back to Read Aloud with me, Dan. Today on Read Aloud, we are reading Section 7 of On Contradiction, the conclusion. In this section, MAO summarizes and concludes by saying, we must study contradiction in all the ways described in all previous sections. He says, otherwise we'll make mistakes. If through study we achieve a real understanding of the essentials explained above, we shall be able to demolish dogmatist ideas which are contrary to the basic principles of Marxism-Leninism and detrimental to our revolutionary cause. And our comrades with practical experience will be able to organize their experience into principles and avoid repeating empiricist errors. These are a few simple conclusions from our study of the law of contradiction. Section 7. Conclusion. Off to a good start here. We may now say a few words to sum up. The law of contradiction in things, that is, the law of the unity of opposites, is the fundamental law of nature and of society, and therefore also the fundamental law of thought. This is where we start. It stands opposed to the metaphysical world outlook. It represents a great revolution in the history of human knowledge. It's like, you guys, it's like we've gone from not knowing how animals develop to having the theory of evolution. That's what it represents in like the evolution of the way we look at the world. So take it or leave it, but it's you know, either you're going to be looking at the world sort of like through a scientific lens in the way that Darwin looked at the evolution of animal kingdom, or you look at it through an idealist lens, where you discard science. It's up to you. Mao says, according to dialectical materialism, contradiction is present in all processes of objectively existing things and of subjective thought, and permeates all these processes from beginning to end. This is the universality and absoluteness of contradiction. Each contradiction and each of its aspects have their respective characteristics. This is the particularity and relativity of contradiction. In given conditions, opposites possess identity, and consequently can coexist in a single entity and can transform themselves into each other. This again is the particularity and relativity of contradiction. But the struggle of opposites is ceaseless. It goes on both when the opposites are coexisting and when they are transforming themselves into each other, and becomes especially conspicuous when they are transforming themselves into one another. This again is the universality and absoluteness of contradiction. In studying the particularity and relativity of contradiction, we must give attention to the distinction between the principal contradiction and the non-principal contradictions, and to the distinction between the principal aspect and the non-principal aspect of a contradiction. In studying the universality of contradiction and the struggle of opposites in contradiction, we must give attention to the distinction between the different forms of struggle. Otherwise, we shall make mistakes. If through study we achieve a real understanding of the essentials explained above. We shall be able to demolish dogmatist ideas which are contrary to the basic principles of Marxism-Leninism and detrimental to our revolutionary cause. And our comrades with practical experience will be able to organize their experience into principles and avoid repeating empiricist errors. These are a few simple conclusions from our study of the law of contradiction. And that brings us to the end of On Contradiction by Mao Zedong, written in 1937. If you enjoyed this, feel free to support. Thank you to everyone who supports my content. And check out my other readings. I hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Thank you all so much. Love your face.